Hello, folks, and welcome to Toonkind D&D, EGAD edition. Yep, I'm the GardenJack, also known as Petals. I'll be playing as, I'll be playing as Springbean today. Fun fact, this is a take 2 recording because my brain died earlier. But anyway, here today I'm with the lovely, the amazing, my cool, funny friend.
Carmichael, also known as Mikey, here to be the lovely co-host of this evening's 12 FPS. Nice to see you all again, audience members. Hope you're doing good.
Anyway, start of this FPS. Yeah, so we're starting off in not in EGAD headquarters, but a little bit away, and a clearing in part of the forest, just far enough away that it's like that if you were to throw a baseball or something, it wouldn't crash any of the windows, but like close enough to where it's not like too far of a walk to get back. And in said clearing is little plant guy, is Springbean. And the clearing itself, it's like there's well, surrounded by trees, obviously, but there's like a few, like, there's a few, like, big rocks strewn about it and stuff, and, like, cracks and breaks on the rocks are, visible, and, various other bits of small carnage, because Springbean today has decided that he's going to he's gonna train some of his spells. Just before this FPS, Springbean was trying to contact. Springbean is part of a little Hivemind, but he's fortunately been separated from it, and has tried to contact the local mycelial mats below if they know where his Hivemind is. And unfortunately they did not, but they offered a bit of help. And a help that was teaching him some new spells. i.e., he has level 3 spells now, and he's fucking around and finding out. And currently he is just kind of inspecting a dead bug that he accidentally thorn whipped, and is contemplating if he should try his new animate dead spell on it or not. But yeah, that's the current setting. And after deciding maybe not the bug, you could probably find the different dead thing to animate dead, but to try something else, there's like, he's tried some spells, like, even non-level 3 spells that he hasn't tried before, but one thing that he can try doing is, he's gonna try and summon something. And yeah, one of the new spells that he can use at level 3 is a fun little spell called, Summon Fey. And, let's see here. It's an action to cast, but as, let's see here. It has a material component, but we're gonna ignore that for now, for funsies. And also, I don't know if, Ike does material components or not, but as he sets up that, what's Roguefort doing at the moment?
Well, Roguefort, at the moment, is... I have to mute.
Oh boy. Hello, folks. Don't, just ignore any background noise.
You're valid. You're valid. It happens to all of us. I mean, I've had dogs barking in the background of mine. I don't think anybody minds.
Mainly just people. But, anywho.
But,
what's Roguefort doing?
Roguefort at the moment is... Let me roll him a d4 real quick. Okay, so 1 is outdoors on a hike. 2 is currently out on business. It would be a bad time to interrupt. 3 is chilling at headquarters. And 4 is out getting ingredients. He's on a hike at the moment. He's just taking his dinner critters out on their designated daily walk, or one of several at least, and just getting some time away from civilization, just to be out in a much farther area of nature than I think Springbean is away from the treehouse. Like he's flown all the way to the mountains for a hike.
Nice hike indeed. And okay, I need to ask them to like not talk so loud right in front of my door. I'll be back.
This episode of 12 FPS was brought to you by Zardier's Magical Item Emporium, where you can trade in just about any magic item for whatever it's worth. Trust us!
Alright. I've told them to stop shouting at my door because apparently this family has no concept of what an indoor voice is.
Felt that.
Everybody here talks very loudly, including me. But anywho, yeah. So Roguefort's just enjoying his hike. I'm assuming.
He's just enjoying the view that comes from the Bassline Mountains. You know, he's just overlooking the vista as far away from civilization as he can feasibly get, just taking a breath of fresh air with the dinner critters. You know.
And yeah, it's just a nice hike, but like just the cool mountain air against your skin ? Exoskeleton? I don't know.
Exoskeleton is the best word for yes. Exoskeleton and skin. There's both.
Exoskin, anyway. Just that nice, just a nice feeling of being up in the mountain, but that is accompanied by another feeling, both familiar and also unfamiliar in an odd sense. Like you feel like you're about to be teleported to it's like that feeling that you get right before you get called for work, the sparks of magic starting to dot around you as oh boy, oh no, you have a good feeling of what this is.
Unfortunately, yeah, he does have a good feeling, but it's not emotionally good, so I'm going to very quickly roll him a dexterity saving throw to see if he can change into his work uniform in time. Because he assumes he's being summoned by his adoptive mother, the head chef. That's what he's assuming. So, so that's a 1d20 plus 7. Okay. I forget this is the guy with the jacked dexterity. I forget. Yeah, and I'm down to 22. It's just as he's being whisked away, he practically whirls into the same uniform that he was seen in when he first arrived at EGAD. You know, just with the big game hunter's outfit, complete with the little beret. And the cape. It looks a little weird on his body type now, but it's still the same. He might not be, he might not be only 2 to 3 feet tall now, but it's the same.
And whisked away you are, but instead of being transported to wherever the head chef's kitchen ? I'm assuming that's usually where it's
traditionally, yeah.
Instead of walls of kitchen and tile or whatever kitchen wall is made out of, your feet land on dirt. And the sounds of like birds, nature, and all that it changes, but it doesn't leave. It's no longer it's not a quiet room like. Well, I don't know how actually the chef's kitchen is. I don't know the atmosphere of it, but it's definitely not kitchen atmosphere. You're still outside.
Admittedly, he doesn't see it immediately, because whenever he's summoned, his first instinct is to straighten up his posture, standing ramrod like a soldier, and bow to the head chef, which is what he does with his eyes closed. So he bows and then doesn't hear the head chef, and still hears birds.
Still bowed. Do you dare open your eyes?
He opens a single googly eye, yes, just a peek.
Looking down, you see, I don't know if Roguefort has seen Springbean around the EGAD headquarters or not, but you see a little plant guy.
Oh, Roguefort's seen him from the history FPS. He's spotted him at least. He hasn't really seen him too much.
From wherever from spotted from the history lesson and potentially elsewhere, but never really talked to that weird plant guy that just kind of stares at you sometimes.
Yeah, and he just, as soon as he sees that, firstly, both the main eyes blink open, and then three of the simple ones in the center blink open. Eh?
Can I say something before the reaction to it?
Yeah.
It's just, you see the little plant looking up at you and just, I think I did it wrong.
And you just see about 5 or so googly eyes open up and just blink. Granted, he's in the he hasn't had the chance to glamour his appearance or find a way to disguise himself that's satisfactory to him yet, so he is in that Quentin Blake Roald Dahl art style, just wild watercolors, rough lines, and just the simplest looking, sweetest looking eyes, the ones. Just a dinner critter variety. So he just kind of blinks, and when he moves, he doesn't really move smoothly like other animated figures do. He moves like a storybook, kind of. So he just kind of... There is a bit of flow to him, but it's not like with frames, if that makes sense. It's more like with page strokes. So he just sort of straightens up, looks around, and yeah, by the way, Springbean, you're looking at a 10-foot tall dinner critter fairy now.
Yeah, he definitely... After the glamour is removed and he's back to his normal self, Springbean will back up a bit. Oh, he is very tall.
He never had the glamour when he came in. The glamour's been gone for a while.
Sorry. Misunderstood what you said before. Okay. But yeah, he that is a very, very, very tall thing, and to a tiny like Springbean, he's basically a skyscraper, so he's just gonna back up a little. He doesn't pull out any weapons or anything yet, just because after all, this was a summon, but he will still back up a bit.
And Roguefort just sort of glances around for a minute, and he processes that he's not in the Feywild, clearly. He's, he'd know if he was. He'd feel it if he was. This is clearly just a material plane, and he's clearly been summoned just by, apparently, this little druid. So he just sort of glances down, and...
You look at him, he looks back.
I take it you were looking for someone else, monsieur?
Actually, what does he say? Just,
Unless it was me you needed for something?
I've never done this spell before.
Oh, which spell is it?
Now I need to think. Did they give him a name for it? Because it's called Summon Fey, but I don't know if he knows that or not. I'm gonna like flip a coin to see if they actually have a proper if they gave him the name for it.
Uh-huh.
I feel like they might. Here. I'm trying to find a coin. Where are my coins? There's a coin. All right, heads they did. Tails they did not. Tails they did not.
Bless their sweet, sweethearts.
Look, look, underground fungus does not have, don't they don't have access to books. They don't have technical names. It's just like the one that does that thing. They told me this one was the Fey summoning one. He doesn't sound as unsure as I made it sound because I haven't done his voice in ages, but yeah, the words match up.
A Fey summoning spell.
And he's gonna reach up and he's going to stroke his now very, very, very long mustache. Still curly, mind you, but it now almost looks like a second pair of antennae, just very curly. But give me just a moment. And I'm going to roll him Arcana with advantage, considering he is Fey.
I was told this one was to summon a creature to help with.
You
They did
merciful mother trucker.
I don't think they specified what they were supposed to help with, actually.
I believe what you were trying to do was a spell traditionally known in most textbooks as Summon Fey.
He doesn't.
It is
Sorry. Continue.
It does not usually summon a solid physical Fey, however. It usually summons a Fey spirit. So the fact that you summoned me physically is fascinating. I assume you have a rose to summon with, yes?
I think he's, instead of giving any words of affirmation or instead of a yes or a no, I think he just I'm gonna roll D10 hammer space roll. D10. Wait, no, I did that command wrong. I think. Wait, average. Wait, no, no, that is right. I think. Wait, no, that's not correct. That's not correct at all. Alright, there we go. It's a D10 for hammer space. Yeah, he's fine. Okay. Not a rose, but he does pull out a flower. It's a little daisy.
Is it gilded?
Gilded? What does that mean?
Gilded is essentially lined with or coated in gold.
Nope, it's just a normal. This is just a normal daisy. Not sure how he casted the spell with this thing, but yep.
Yeah, no, you don't even need the insight check. He gets an immediate look of understanding of.
I see the issue. It is likely that you performed the spell correctly by means of what you said and how you moved, but you did not have the correct components, so you summoned me instead. I get summoned with daisies, that's something.
And he's going to carefully reach down and offer one of his little clawed hands for the daisy.
And
I can give you the appropriate component.
Roguefort hasn't tried to eat him yet. Yeah, you'll hand it over.
And he carefully takes the daisy, and he does look it over from like he's trying to see if there's anything weird about the daisy that led to it summoning him specifically, but no, it's just a daisy. It is just a material plane daisy, and he just sort of he even, you can kind of see the way he his upper antennae move down and sort of prod at the daisy a bit to inspect it before he just shakes his head, and he's going to tuck the daisy into his hammer space and going to reach into it. So that's a D10.
Also, I will note that when he handed you the daisy was like half his height.
Yeah, no, it's a tiny thing, but still big compared to him. So he's gonna reach in and
Actually, not even half his height, like 3/4 of Springbean's height.
okay, give me just a moment because he did succeed the hammer space throw, but I do need to roll one thing. Give me just a moment. Okay, so I want you to just generate one for me. Thank you. And he pulls up what appears to be... It's got a fairly thick stem and these slim but spiny leaves, with a sort of conical bud leading up to a bouquet that almost explodes out from the very end up into the side like a fan. And if you succeed a nature check, if you would like to.
Sure, but boy howdy does Springbean not have a modifier in that, and I mean not a modifier as in he has a -2. Yeah, that's a 6.
He has a -2 to nature?
Look, well, nature is as in like knowing the like being able to identify as in like the names like species or something of the plant. Like he just like look, nature is part of the intelligence field, so a nature check would be more like knowing I guess it's more knowing the specifics. He knows that a flower is a flower. And he knows the difference of like, oh, that flower looks like that and that one looks like that, but he doesn't really yeah, no, there's not much else other than that.
Okay, give me just a moment. Wikipedia, I get what you're trying to tell me. Get it away from me though, please. And he essentially gets you hang on a moment. Yeah, okay. So, I will say a 6 is not enough to succeed, but above board, it is a celosia. Though, since the head is crested by a fasciation, it is a coxcomb, specifically. And for the audience, I will paste the article to it here. It is a celosia flower. It's specifically a coxcomb, however. So it's a coxcomb celosia. And you see that it has indeed been gilded in lovely gold leaf, and he bends down, and he does have to bend down far considering you are, tiny compared to 10 feet.
He's 4 inches tall.
And holds out the 300 GP worth gilded flower to you.
And he grabs it with both hands, surprisingly not buckling under the weight considering how weighty the daisy looked, but he's able to carry it fine.
Considering it was gilded by Feywild means it's surprisingly light, all things considered. It kind of feels like a feather, or just like a slightly heavier feather, but it's not too heavy.
Alright, then, yeah.
The weight's a little weird for a flower, but it's a Feywild flower, so that's to be expected.
Yeah.
And he sort of straightens back up and he goes,
Now, I do not know if I will return to my position if you decide to stop concentrating on what you're trying to cast, or if I'm going to stay put. But if you try to cast a spell with that component instead, it should work in successfully summoning you a Fey spirit.
He's gonna try and do it. He's not even gonna nod or anything. Yeah, no, I guess he'll try using this thing then. Just
all right. The first thing is
Sorry.
You don't even have to roll for it, but the gilded flower. Sorry. Were you gonna say the first or? Were you gonna say something first or do I?
I'm thinking. Actually, before he tries doing, before he tries it again. Actually, yeah, think of what to say. It's gonna look up to Roguefort and ask, how do I phrase this question? Well, I guess better question, how do you phrase it as Springbean?
just phrase it. Blunt. While you're thinking of how to phrase that, I'm marveling at the fact that I actually successfully hand-washed this toy. It is so soft to the touch, my goodness. I'm not used to successfully hand-washing something, oh my god. I am learning adult things! I am adulting!
Holy shit, you're adulting.
Oh! Oh, hang on just a moment. Kibby is interrupting. Just a moment.
Oh, okay.
Sassy baby.
This is being caught up on camera. Let's see here. How do you phrase this question? It's like.
No, you don't gotta step on the comic. You don't gotta step on it. Come on. Be nice to it. Meow. 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 What? Yeah, where's the baby? What? Wow. Yeah, wow. I'm getting the chair. Come on. Wow. Come on. There you go. Hey, baby girl. Hi. Wow. Yeah, poor baby. Poor baby. Yeah. Wow. I love you. Yes, I do.
I figured out phrasing.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Alright, cool.
I apologize if you caught on mic my adoration for the cat again.
I caught it all on mic and it is all going on YouTube.
Hey! I'm used to it at this point, it's okay. If they know that I love Sassy,
This is
they
going
know
in
I
my
love
cringe compilation. I'm kidding, no.
Wow! Yeah, she's kneading the bed. She's so comfy and happy. Baby girl.
Anyway, the FPS?
The FPS, yes. You figured out how to phrase your question?
Yeah, before, Springbean decides to try and, cast Summon Fey the right way this time, he's going to ask, the spell was supposed to summon a Fey to, what do they help with?
They would traditionally assist you in combat.
Hmm.
They are an ally who fights by your side in combat if you are being attacked by an opponent or attacking an opponent. Traditionally, they are there to help you on the field of battle. Nowhere else. So, that's where they help. They are there to defend you.
He's gonna look down at the flower, at the gilded flower that he's holding, then look back up to Roguefort. Can you help me with these? And he just kind of holds up the flower a little.
And even though he doesn't have a mouth, of course, you can see the smile in the cheeks and the googly eyes, and you at least know enough on insect body language that, yeah, he's pleased as punch. But of course.
And he's going to,
He's going to actually, Yeah? Yeah, baby. Yeah. Baby. He is, in fact, going to... He can't assist too much in that because he's never had any use for it himself, but he at least is able to give some of the bare minimum on the Summon Fey spell. Usually the spell is spoken with an invocation in Sylvan, and usually you are taught some portion of Sylvan, whether you speak it as a proper language or not.
Well, he didn't specify. He said these plural, as in he might be talking about more than just the Summon Fey spell.
But yes, I get that. Roguefort doesn't.
I see.
He has not had this explained to him yet, so he's at least helping with Summon Fey first.
I think
Springbean
Springbean might. Sorry.
No, you're good. Just Springbean has to explain it.
Like, I think while Roguefort is talking on about, like, the Summon Fey spell, despite that, this is already probably a lot of stuff that Springbean has already been told of, like, how the spell works. He doesn't really, like, interrupt or, like, he doesn't, like, He probably still listens along anyway. There's, like, you know, there's no reason to listen to again, but just kind of doesn't bother to, I guess, explain until he's finished talking about this, spell, but...
It takes him about a minute, because again, he knows ranger spells, but again, he's never had to know or use Summon Fey himself, because, you know, Will Smith poses to the fact he's Fey.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't really take him very long, because you're not getting a full-on druid's explanation, you are getting a ranger's explanation. The rangers are to the point, blunt, and brief. And at the end of his rather short explanation, he goes,
Any other questions?
I think I already knew all that.
Oh.
his antenna and mustache droop a little.
Apologies for rambling you off.
I mean, can you help with these? Like, just, I think he's gonna try, like, how does a plant gesture to what a spell is without actually saying it? Because it would
Use
be
a
easier to
cantrip.
just say it, but yeah. Cantrip.
Use a cantrip.
Like, he'll, like, he'll still just, like, he'll still, like, gesture towards the flower, but also, he'll cast chill touch! I can speak words. He'll cast, like, chill touch, and, like, he won't actually attack anything with it, but he'll summon that, usually the spell description is a ghostly skeletal hand, but in this case it's just a bunch of withered vines that pop out from the ground. And then just kind of, like, waves them. And then, maybe casts, let's see, does Druid Trap do anything? I don't know, either way, he casts a few of his cantrips to gesture spells!
Oh, I see. I am afraid I was not taught the full Druidic art, so I'm not able to help you out completely, but you still learn from a relative of school that I learned from as a ranger. And when a ranger is learning his spells, he learns that the best way to learn how to master them is on the field, in combat. We could spar, test them out that way.
What's a spar?
It is a playful training match of a fight without any risk of death. It is essentially meant to keep you on your toes and well practiced.
What are toes?
It keeps you attentive. It keeps you attentive and... hang on. Accidentally clicked the volume for a moment. Essentially, it keeps you well practiced in the art of combat, without you risking hurting or killing your allies.
He will actually nod this time. He learned a new thing. And he will reach into his hammer space.
Please fumble. I haven't seen a fumble in so long. I haven't seen a fumble in so long. Ah!
No!
We had so many fumbles at the start of the year. Where have they gone?
I could roll again.
No, you're good. You're fine. It'll
I really
happen
want to
next.
fumble a Springbean eventually.
It'll happen someday. Someday.
Alright. But yeah, no, he'll just slowly grab his spear. And you can notice that it's literally just like a small shard of glass, like, tied to a chopstick.
Yeah, beloved.
It's not even a full chopstick, it's like snapped in half.
And as he's grabbing that, Roguefort is going to just give a small nod. And he's just going to turn around and he's going to get some distance between himself and Springbean before they start. You know, just walk the 10 paces. You know, the 10-pace duel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 steps.
Springbean watches him do that. He's gonna try and do the same, but he doesn't go as far because he's a little tiny.
He's a little dude. He has to walk like 20 steps to get. Actually, no, not even 20 steps because again, Roguefort's 10 feet tall. 10 steps to him are,
Very, like, yeah, 10 steps would be a lot farther. So, like, I guess instead of, just, like, stepping 10 steps back, you'll just, like, kind of, like, run in the opposite direction in a surprisingly fast for a tiny little guy. So then he's even amount of distance away, which I'm assuming they're both about 30 feet or so, maybe 50 feet considering Roguefort.
Yeah, just let me pull up a little combat map. That way I can have their distance appropriately mapped out.
Actually, in that case, I could just pull up Krita, and then just use that as a little bit of a battle map. Because, like, this is just, like, 1v1 combat. There's not... Yeah, you don't gotta worry too much about...
It's just a practice, and I'm just gonna grab a... I would grab a shambling mound for the irony, but I would rather not. So...
Wait, what are you using?
I'm using Roll20. I'm using one of my, battle maps. Mostly because Roguefort's character sheet is on one of my Roll20 games, so...
Oh, I see.
Oh, no, I'll just grab the Dryad token for you. That'll be normal.
Oh, I've just started making a little grid in Krita.
Okay, so... We're gonna pull up the initiative.
I think about it. Wait a minute, can't we just use Owl Rodeo? That'd be so much easier. Why am I doing this?
Use what?
Oh, Owlbear Rodeo. It's a fun little thingy that I use for combat.
I've never heard of it.
It is very, very convenient. Here, I can just like start a game real quick here. Game password, Bean.
I can also just
lowercase.
screen share. I could just screen.
Honestly, yeah, I can show you this fun little thing. One DM to another. There you go. You can join that.
Oh.
If you want to, I don't know. It's up to you. It's up to you.
Give me a sec. I have a lot of tabs you have to keep in mind.
That is fair. If you want to use Roll20, that's fine too.
Discord. That was the link to the Discord. No, I don't want to connect to Discord to the browser. Get the fuck away from me. It's it. Copy normal link, not message link. Thank you. There we go. Oh. Enter password.
It's just Bean in all lowercase.
Oh. What?
There you go. There should just be a little grassy field here. Actually, now I think about it, where's the draw tool? Just gonna grab like a bunch of the. Oh no, that is the. Actually, yeah. There we go. This is just like here is just like all tree. There we go. Wait, no, that's actually yeah, that works. Kinda.
That works. We don't need anything complicated. I already put my token on the map.
There we go, and I'm gonna put leaf token because Springbean. Alright, so they need to be 30 feet apart, so that's 40 feet. You know what? That works. Actually, didn't we say 50 feet?
You could also just be here.
Here it is. Yeah, this works. Here, let me just stream this. Spin us display capture. There we go. Now the viewers can see. Oh. Okay, this is off center. Wait, no. Okay, it's off center nonetheless. All right. Yippee! Combat.
Yippee! Sassy, are you gonna be nice to my paw?
Alright.
I think your eyes are wide. I think you're in a play mood. I'm not gonna touch you. I think you're in a play mood.
Alright, but yeah, I guess let's roll initiative.
How do we roll initiative for this thing?
Oh, you can either just use the dice bot on the Discord server. I was about to do that, or on the top left there should be like a little thing like right to the right of party.
Oh!
And it showed dice tray, and you can roll dice in there, though I wouldn't recommend it because last time I was hosting combat for Look at Me, wow, that luck was shit. But then again, like the character I was, like the NPC that was rolling had just generally very bad luck, so I'm just gonna roll in here. I am too scarred from previous experience.
I think I'm okay with this one. So you know what? I'm gonna go with wood dice, and we're gonna roll a d20, and that is plus.
Now all the viewers can see Springbean's character sheet.
Shared dice roll
Wow.
and
Okay.
Roguefort's d20. I need to pull up his sheet. Is his initiative is gonna be +4. So d20.
Wow. So yeah.
That's a
I don't
dirty
think
20.
at this point I was thinking you didn't even need a roll because well, looks like using the dice spot didn't really help either way because he rolled a natural 2,
Give me
which
just a
totaled
moment.
up to a 5.
Okay, so 2 for Roguefort. 20 for Roguefort, sorry. And a 5 for Springbean. Wow, I heard yours for a minute. I was like, ah, yes, a 2. Okay, so
Well, either
20.
way, turn order isn't going to matter too incredibly much considering that this is a 1v1. So this is more of just you start first unless somebody
True.
manages to summon something.
Okay, so let's see. The first thing Roguefort's gonna do is he's going to pull up his bow. No, you know what? Let me coin flip. Let me see if he's brought the bow or the musket with him for his hike. Hang on. Hang on a minute. Ah! You are getting the firearm.
Gun.
You get the musket. Let me click on the item over there. Okay, so the first thing he's going to do is he's going to take a shot at you. And that is going to be a 1d20 plus. It is a dex-based weapon, so 7. Okay, 1d20 plus 7. That's a 17.
Just made it. So, yep.
Okay,
You got one above
so
his AC. Yeah, so roll
that is going to
damage.
be 1d12. Is it plus any? 1d. Okay, so that's 2 plus 4. So you take a grand total of 6 piercing damage as a resounding gunshot rings out. And since that hit and did damage, allow me to look at Swarm Keeper Magic.
Oh boy. But also, I'm just gonna say there's no good way to flavor shooting a small plant creature, so I'm just gonna say this like trips him.
Yeah.
Like he tries to move face in the dirt.
Essentially, Roguefort's shot acts as a signal, and his dinner critter swarm manifest from nature. They manifest from the nothing, swarming upon you with about as much wrath as a bug snack swarm would have. And the first thing you're gonna do is, you know what? Yeah, we'll do the. You'll take a 1d6 extra piercing damage as they basically start gnawing away at you.
Oh boy.
That is a single point of piercing damage as Blanca, the little white strabby, takes a bite out of you.
Oh boy, does Springbean have some pleasant experiences with things trying to eat him? Probably just tries to bat him away.
That is his first attack. He does get an extra one. And for the next one, we're not going to use the attack. We're going to do Spike Growth. A second level spell.
Mm-hmm.
And as the dinner critters descend and Springbean is basically hidden among a swarm of various food-based insects and creatures, Roguefort is casually going to reach across his belt and he's going to pull up 7 sharp thorns, sharpened to a point, and says something in Sylvan as he laces them between his claws. And the ground at a 20-foot point centered on Springbean. So let me get the circle tool real quick. And we're gonna color it green. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. 5. We're gonna say, we're just, no, incorrect. That's incorrect. Where's the undo button? Okay, so 5, 5, 5. I think that's about good. Yeah, okay. So you should be able to see that, and that is firstly the ground at a 20-foot radius centered on a point within range twists and sprouts hard spikes and thorns. It becomes difficult terrain for the duration. When a creature moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels. The transformation of the ground is camouflaged to look natural. You could see it when the time is cast, so you can tell that the ground is hazardous now, but hey, the ground has been turned against you. So how does that make Springbean feel as Roguefort's turn concludes? As he's also going to take to the air a little. He's getting some airspace.
Alright.
Up he goes! Your turn!
Yeah, spike growth really is really is something else to deal with, huh? Alright, let's see here. I think first thing on his mind is to probably get out of the spike growth.
Keep in mind, it is difficult terrain, so that's going to be difficult unless you decide to dash out.
Well, firstly, I need to look at how many. Oh, whoops. Okay, let's do those. Also, by the way, just for the sake of this combat, the Summon Fey that I used to summon Roguefort in the first place does not count for the spell slot here.
You're valid. Yeah, I was about to say, no, I wasn't going to count that against you.
Yeah, let's see here. Let's look at this stuff. I think, let's see here. Well, it specifies if you, like, walk on it, right? Actually, wait a second.
Moving at all in the space.
Moving at all. Would that count, would casting a spell count as moving?
You have to move actual squares. When a creature moves into or within the area, it does not specify walking. It takes 2d4 piercing damage every 5 feet it travels.
Now I have a question. What are the spikes made of?
They're plants. They're briar thorns.
Okay, wait. But they are resting on dirt. Wouldn't it be actually? Then again, oh wait, no, that spell only works for 5-foot cubes. You know what? Nah, let's just instead of actually stepping on these, because there's no way for him to get out normally. He's gonna use one of his new spells. He's gonna use gaseous form to get out of this sticky situation. Unfortunately, he has to use a level 3 spell already, but yeah, he's gonna let's see, how do
He turns in a mist.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how to flavor the spell. Yeah, I can think of it later. Anyway, he poofs into a cloud of spores, and he's just gonna schmoove his way out of, let's see, what's his flying speed with like this? Oh, it's only like 10 feet. Ugh. Alright. Do diagonal spaces count as like 1 or 2? Like, is it like, can you only move like that? Like that, or can you just move a diagonal space?
You can move diagonal spaces. Each square is 5 feet.
Alright. So he is going to gaseous form 10 feet this way. And does he have anything else on his turn that he can do?
Do you have any further movement? Because you're still in the space.
Well, in gaseous form, he can only move 10 feet, and that was his action, so he can't dash.
Ah.
Let's see here, any other things? Now, if you're watching this knowing that he's druid, wouldn't you say, hey, wait a minute, can't he just wild shape? Well, that's a plot point for later anyway. Yeah, that's, bonus actions. He doesn't really have much for bonus actions, so yeah, he's, Yeah, no, he can't really do much else, honestly. He is just a mist of, or he's just a cloud of spores right now.
Mm-hmm.
But, yep. Yeah, that's his turn.
Okay. So... I think I can still try and attack him even though he's a gaseous form, right?
Let me read the thing. Transform one creature into misty cloud for the duration. The spell ends if the creature drops to 0 hit points and a corporeal creature is an effect. When in this form, the target's only method of movement is a flying speed of 10 feet. The target can enter.
You have resistance to non-magical damage.
Okay, so yeah, you can still hit him, but he does. But yeah.
Sure. Cocking the... We're getting the musket up again. Shot number 2. Ooh, that's a 17.
Yep, that still hits.
I was about to say, I have to remember I have to add to that, but I think either way I slice it, I hit.
Mm-hmm.
So, that is 1d12 plus 4. And then we're going to have... We just get to do it once per turn, but we're going to have the swarm do a little more nibble damage. So, firstly, the 1d12.
Oh man, am I glad that he's gaseous formed. Ooh.
That would be 15 total damage from the musket. Now, the musket is non-magical, so that's fine. You just take half of that damage.
So, round it up or down?
I assume rounded up, so.
Alright. So it's 8 points of damage.
And the damage from the swarm, however, that's magic damage, so 1d6. You take a grand total of 4 piercing damages. You get, as the ethereal swarm just doesn't fucking care for spores.
Yeah, squishy druids, huh? Anyway.
And
he's
he's
already
gonna
below
take another pot
half.
shot.
Okay.
We're taking another pot shot. We're using that second attack to... Firstly, we're going to drop concentration on the circle there. So... And we're just gonna... Another pot shot. Dirty 20.
Alright, so... Oh boy, during 20. Yep, that hits.
So,
Excellent.
d12 plus 4.
So you're dispelling the circle?
Yeah, I'm dispelling the spike. It's concentration, so it's gone.
Right.
That's another 15.
Wait, 15 to...
15
Sorry.
piercing damage. It is...
What?
That is 15 piercing damage from the musket. It does a 1d12, and that is plus 4. So... 11 plus 4 is, 15. But you take half of that since that is non-magical damage.
Oh, good, because I was about to say if that did 15 full damage, he would have been knocked out, actually. He does
But
not
yeah,
have
you
very
are...
much- Wait, what level even is Roguefort?
Roguefort's level 5.
Oh, right. Okay,
just
yeah,
has
just
a
martial
musket.
classes just does a lot.
Yeah, he's jacked in dexterity, he's a ranger, and he also has a gun.
Also, don't mind me just switching out Snare because he has absolutely no use for this right now.
Nah, you're good, G. But, that was the second attack. Since he's not using any spells this round, yeah. He's also going a little more airborne. We're getting a little higher.
Mm-hmm. Sure
What is
is.
it? There we go.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Alright.
One more. There we go.
Yeah, it's your turn. Springbean has barely gotten to do anything, and he's already so low on health. Also, are we still doing okay, so I know there's, like, a rule that some people do where, like, you can't cast multiple spells, like, multiple leveled spells in one turn. Are we doing that, or not?
Yeah, we're doing that. Yeah.
Okay.
That's just the tradition. That's just the standard for most D&D. From what I've learned, it is only one leveled spell per turn. Though, if you do have let's say you have a leveled spell that's an action, but you have a cantrip that's a bonus action, you could cast a cantrip if it's a bonus action. But
Okay,
only a
and
cantrip.
vice versa. Of you can use a cantrip, but you can, if you have like a bonus action, like leveled spell.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So,
cool.
yeah, you cannot use multiple leveled spells. Otherwise, casters would be beyond busted.
Mm-hmm. Fair and valid. All right. Just asking so we know beforehand.
Mm-hmm. And since this is a training session, you don't have to say whether any damage is non-lethal or not, because Roguefort is not aiming to kill you. He is just...
Yeah, this is just a spar. It's just a spar. Though, you can very tell, like, just after that bit of a text, he's already looking very worn out.
Yeah, no, like... Roguefort has been very pleasant with with EGAD up to this point. You haven't really seen much of the Hunter at play. You're seeing Van Pelt now.
Fun. Alright, you know what, let's see here. Springbean's actually gonna get, well, firstly, he's going to, stop concentration on the gaseous form, because there's no longer spikes you have to worry about. And, let's see here. Okay, yeah, no, he can move. And he is actually going to, here, let me read this again. Fun. Alright. Alright, yeah, instead of being far away, because, yeah, gun damage, that's not fun,
And it's got range, so good luck.
Mm-hmm. He is, let's see here. What do you want to do with your spells? Let's see here. Man, if only these both weren't concentration, this would be so neat. Man. I can't combo spells. This is so sad. Alright, I can try comboing them. Yeah, yeah, he's gonna move, what to do? Sorry, I'm thinking. What to do in a situation like this.
Though I will also say, if folks could try and combo their spells, they just lose spell slots that much faster, so it wouldn't really feel ultimately worth it, even for how busted it sounds. So, like,
either way, yeah, like, even if you could, cast, like, bonus actions and, like, bonus action and action spells in one turn, there is still the consequence of you're burning two spell slots, so I think that's, like, the kind of drawback where you do, if you do that. It's, like, not totally busted. Anyway, man, let's see here. Actually, let's see here. Is this a risk I'm willing to take? Is this a risk I'm willing to take? Because this could be very good if I could. You know what? At this health, might as well. Okay. The range on this thing, I have to move a little closer for that. So...
oh. You're approaching me.
Instead of running away.
No. Just Springbean doesn't swear, otherwise I'm just imagining the flat line of I can't beat your ass without getting closer.
Alright, he's let's see. Yeah, he'll get yeah, 10 feet just for funsies. And he is he's gonna summon a cloud of spores that all go right towards your face, and I'm gonna have to ask for a con save as he's gonna try blindness deafness.
Ooh, okay. Sweet.
It's
okay,
one of those
so
one and
blindness.
done spells. It's either gonna work or it's gonna not.
Okay, so con is +0. Ouch. Come on. 11?
Oh, thank goodness. Doesn't make it, buddy.
Do you blind him or deafen him?
He's gonna blind you. As all these spores go into your eyes, and you just think, yeah.
Oh,
It
you mean
stings.
all of the eyes, including the tail? Ooh.
All of the eyes.
Yeah, it sounds like a very angry wasp up there now as he's just profusely rubbing at his poor googly eyes. Angry buzzing noises. Angry zapper noises.
Actually, maybe.
But
he'll
that's
back
your
up a little
action?
bit. Yeah, he'll still say like around this distance. Yeah, that sounds about right. 20 feet away sounds about right. All right. Yeah. That's his action. Bonus action. Bonus action. Bonus action. Actually, wait a minute. Wait a minute. How far do you need to be for this to be in effect?
You did
Okay.
use a leveled spell for your main action.
Oh,
so.
I'm not talking about spells here, buddy. Alright, he was within 10 feet before, so let's just actually stick him here. Yeah, within 10 feet. Okay, well, like, this 10 feet. There we go. Like, put him right there. There we go. That seems like a good place. And is this... Oh, yeah, that counts. Alright, and, yeah, no, because he's within 10 feet of you... I just need to see how... I just need to reread this again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's just gonna sit there for his turn, and it's your turn now.
Cool.
However, because you're starting your turn there, I'm gonna need you to make another con save, buddy.
Alright. No.
Actually, wait a minute. Is this a bonus action? Wait, because there's an that's an action. Okay, no. Okay. Sorry. Continue.
So, is there not a circle of something then, since that's an action?
Oh no, I was looking at the other feature to make this feature stronger. No.
Oh.
You still
Okay,
have to
do
make
you
a
want me
con
to-
save.
Okay. 9 fails.
Yep, that fails. And as a reaction, he's gonna use his funny little Halo of Spores feature to do just a little bit of damage. He's not high enough for this to be a D6 yet. Like, he's not high enough level for this to be a D6, but he's still gonna be a D4 of necrotic damage. So let me just roll that. Dip. Let's see if the dice tray is gonna be nice to me. It's a 3. It's not bad. Is this plus anything? Nope,
Oh,
it's
you
just no.
don't have your dice being shared. I have mine being shared.
Oh, wait, really? How do I make that? Wait,
Oh no, wait, no, I could see it. I could see it. Never mind.
there you go.
Sorry.
Alright, but yeah, it's gonna be 3 necrotic damage for you, buddy. And yeah, you're
He can cope, and he's gonna take his pot shots at you, even knowing he has disadvantage. Because no, we don't tolerate that. So there's one number, and there's a 7 regardless. So, oh, let's see. 11 and 17. Disadvantage, that'd be an 18.
18 still hits!
Okay, that's a 1d12 plus 4.
Despite Springbean having a decent DC of like... Having a decent DC of like 16, despite it all, Yeah, no. Well, that fight ended quickly, huh?
Now, admittedly, you did actually hit one of Roguefort's weak points. If he can't see, he's not going to have a good time attacking. So,
Hmm.
I realize he probably should have been rolling with disadvantage for longer for some other reason, but it's a little late now. I apologize, I just remembered something. But
Ah, well.
he still hit you through the disadvantage, and that is... That last one was max damage. That just felt harsh. So, in spite of everything, in spite of him, trying to rub away the spores at first, the way it's getting into his system, into his eyes, into whatever can get through, he just decides to try and power through it, and yeah, with a resounding gunshot, the fight is done. Which I assume means that, since you took damage, you would have to roll con for blindness deafness, but I assume you're not keeping it at this point since you are now at 0 hit points.
Yeah, well, I put him back up to 1, like, because, it's not actually 0 hit points, but yeah, no, the concentration's gone. And the Springbean's just face first on the ground.
There are indents in the ground where the fucking musket fired off.
Mm-hmm.
Springbean's in a crater like the Yamcha death pose. The Yamcha death pose, oh no! And of course, after Roguefort, double checks himself to be absolutely sure there's no other spores that's going to be a problem, but, he is going to carefully fly down and land next to Springbean and just, squat down and just check.
Springbean face on the ground, just lifts one little leaf hand and just rests it on his own little bulb head. He's gonna cast Cure Wounds on himself because I think he knows at what point he's lost.
Yeah.
Gonna spend a 2nd level spell slot on that.
Roguefort's gonna do it too, by the way. He's gonna use his last 2nd level spell slot.
This should be 2d. Wait, is it 2d6 or 2d8? It's 2d8.
Okay, so Cure Wounds is... He's gonna roll 2d8 for that, so...
Is it +3 or +4? Oh, +4, not bad. Wait,
So that is 4 plus... his spellcasting ability modifier. So you get 6 hit points back from him as he just gives you a sympathetic pat on the back.
Alright, 6 hit points?
Yeah.
He's just gonna just sit there on the floor for a little bit. Sometimes lying down on the floor feels nice. Cause I'm just imagining like, I'm not imagining the pose or the exact thing you posted. More of just like just kind of flop down on the floor, like facing the grass and the dirt.
Would you like to try another round, or are you satisfied?
Didn't get to use any of my new spells.
I apologize for that. I was expecting a little more preparation when I was coming at you with my musket.
He's just gonna like not move for like a solid like minute, not sing a thing. And Springbean gets to wallow in defeat, I guess. He hasn't really like now thinking about it, he hasn't really lost many fights before, mainly because the like fights he has been in were usually against like usually went out hunting, and if he did lose a fight he'd be dead.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't really experienced defeat that wasn't fatal before. So he's just kind of sitting here and is just, yeah, no, he's probably just gonna like, yeah, sit there face first on the ground for like a hot minute. Enough for like a short rest maybe.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll hammer space real quick. So yeah, he just lays down for an hour then. A short rest is an hour, so.
Yeah.
And Roguefort is going to reach into his hammer space. And he pulls up a handful of what appear to be wide, thin, disc-like candies in pastel colors. And he holds one out to you.
I think he'll, like, lift his face off the floor to look, but, like, he's still, like, sprawled on the ground. Just now looking up a little, just does not he's looking at it, but he's like, it's like he doesn't really know what you're supposed to do with that.
It is a merriment. You eat it, you feel a little better about yourself. Go on. Go on.
He just sort of nudges the disc-like candy, and yeah, no, it is genuinely called a merriment. It is based on a treat that is called a merriment. You know, merriment.
And
even though you see him lift the disc up to his face, you do not see a mouth as his head just moves and the disc just disappears in a bite. Just. Phew!
I think Springbean will grab it, but he won't actually do anything with it for. Like, he's just holding it.
That's fair. He's just gonna sit next to him while he does cast a last-minute Cure Wounds on himself. As having the merriment, he does feel a little bit better. So that is
to be
one.
fair, it is like around the time that this is happening. I'm guessing like this happens before the Barovia game, so
Yeah.
it's like mid-October. It's starting to be around the season where okay, little tangent little tangent about some fun bean facts. So Springbean usually doesn't eat, usually just like relies on photosynthesis for like most nutrients. But around colder seasons when the sun is starting to come up less, Springbean does actually sometimes eat, just not in the normal sense. Like, he doesn't really have a stomach or throat or anything like that. He doesn't really have organs, so he just usually just like he usually eats bugs and stuff, so he just like kind of just holds the bug in his mouth or something for like and just kind of lets it decompose.
I'm imagining him trying to do that with the merriment, except it's just holding this larger than his mouth disc partly in his mouth until part of it melts and decomposes. So like you just have a whole snack. You have like a whole small meal.
Oh, there's also the thing of I don't think he would just eat it how it is because it is quite big. So he is just holding it.
Yeah, you just gotta break it into pieces.
Yeah, he'll use he'll grow a thorn vine from the ground, thorn web, just kind of wrap around the candy until it like breaks. And then he just grabs one of the smaller pieces and just like puts it in his mouth. And just kind of keeps it there.
Oh, Sassy, do you not want pets? Oh, you do want pets, you just don't want cheek pets. Okay. Sorry, Sassy.
And I guess they just like a vibe for an hour.
Yeah.
He'll put the rest of the candy shards in his hammer space, though, for, I don't know, later use.
Yeah, because, literally, they're not magical in that way, but it's a fake candy that just helps you feel a bit better when you eat it. It's just an emotional improvement.
Oh, no, emotions! Man, that'd be something to think about.
But yeah, if he does have a piece of it, it feels a little bit better about the fact he lost, just not completely.
Yeah, like, for losing a proper battle for the first time, like, I guess there was some part of it that stung. He's not sure why. But that stinging goes away with the candy, so, everything's fine now. he is not sure how to name emotions, but you know what? Yeah, there we go. He can ask someone else about it later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. After a bit,
I will say the difficulties. Sorry, you first.
Oh, sorry, no, it was just more like, how do short rests work again? Like, how many hit dice are usually rolled?
You firstly you rest for an hour, and then you choose how many of your hit die you roll, and then you don't. You recover that many hit die, but then you can't regain those hit die until you take a longer rest.
Yeah, I think it's like 3 max or something, right?
I mean, you could use all of them. I've had DMs that are like, you can use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can use just about any of them, but you just can't get those hit die back until you long rest.
I see. Because, like, I think usually the official rules are like, you can only use 3, but yeah, no. Either way, I think I'll just use 3 anyway, because, you know,
And,
well, 3 is a nice number.
Yeah, and he's just like, you could see the dinner critters are just somewhat crowded, but not quite. They're just sitting there waiting. Blanca is slightly savoring the taste of Springbean, but then eventually has a look of ew, and just goes back to Roguefort just with a look like a cat smelled something awful. Just like at first it was like, oh yeah, we're attacking, consume, devour, eat, and then it's like, oh, you taste gross actually, Papa. Papa the bean is disgusting.
Probably very bitter.
Yeah. Oh, sorry,
it's
Sassy.
Like, not exactly if you ate grass, but like, you know, like they're like just eating a wild plant that you usually wouldn't find in the grocery store. It's not poisonous, but it does taste very horribly bitter. Like if you've ever eaten like a dandelion that's been in the sun too long. I have eaten dandelions before actually, and they are very bitter if they've been in the sun too long.
Mm-hmm. Though you can make jams and wine out of dandelions.
Yeah, well, it's just like usually when you eat dandelions, especially the leaves, it's better to eat the ones that are in the shade more because they're less bitter, but like ones that get more sunlight are more bitter.
Yeah. But
man, it's weird talking about how a character would taste like, but anyway.
I mean, this is an FPS with Roguefort. I don't know what you're expecting.
You know what? Good point. But yeah.
No, it's just dinner critters, ranger, and druid just sit and chill.
After a little bit, Spring will pick his spear back up and start walking. Start doing the spacing thing that Roguefort was doing earlier.
I assume Roguefort could tell he wants one more round.
Yeah, yeah. Like he's looking back at Roguefort, looking back up at Roguefort expectantly, like halfway through, like making the distance, like stopping his tracks to look.
All right, give me just a moment. I need to check how many spell slots a ranger gets with a short rest because he did burn a few using Cure Wounds. So give me a sec.
Haha, that was a strategy the whole time. No. I'm pretty sure no classes regain spell slots during a short rest except for warlocks. But then again, I've never played a ranger before, so I could be wrong.
Okay, so give me just a moment. I would like to add a spellcasting, please. Yeah, no, I assume it's just warlocks.
Yeah, I think it's just warlocks.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna say, for the sake of the second round, he has no second level spell slots. Though I will say he got at least his first level spell slot back, so he's got 4 first levels still.
Alright.
And he's going to take the 10 paces, and let me put them back in the owlbear rodeo, so... There we go. And we roll initiative again.
Let's try one more round. Let's see if Springbean can survive past round 3 this time.
That is a 15 on initiative.
15, and the Springbean rolls. Ooh, you rolled good this time. 18 plus
Hey.
3, so that's a 21 total.
So you go first.
Springbean gets to go first. Let's see here.
Hee-hoo, hee-hoo, hee-hoo.
What's some fun things that he can do as a druid? Hmm.
You did cast Cure Wounds on yourself, though. Just let that be known.
Right. That, I think I already spent the second level spell slot for that.
Uh-huh.
And let's see, Roguefort is on the ground, I'm assuming, starting the battle, so...
Yeah, since you're starting first, he doesn't have the time to go airborne yet.
Yeah, no, he's gonna pull out a big card first, because now he knows how much damage Roguefort can do in a small amount of time, so... ooh, this has 120 feet of range. Okay, I'm gonna need you to... that's okay, I have a feeling you're gonna save this, but either way, I'm gonna have to ask you to roll a dexterity saving throw as the ground below you begins to rumble.
Alright, dexterity save there. Let's see, Roguefort. That's a +7, so yeah. Yeah, he more than makes it.
Well, either way, you still take at least half of the 3d12 damage from the spell that is Erupting Earth, as the you manage to as the ground erupts underneath. You erupts from underneath. I think from this you still get launched, but like because you succeeded the saving throw, you can like catch yourself in midair so you don't fall back down.
Yeah, no, that sends him airborne a little. But he still takes some damage, so roll me those 3d12 and I'll take half.
Alright. I've been thinking of that spell description for so long. Alright, that's an 11. Plus, I know dice can get ruled over wrong here, so I should probably write these down. So, plus 5. Plus... Ooh, that rolled high. Okay, so you're going to have to take half of...
Okay, before you tell me, I have to let the cat out. One moment.
Oh. Okay, I can plot while you do that.
Okay, so you tell me the die, and I'll round the damage up.
Alright, so you're gonna have to take half of 26.
13, not bad.
And let's see here, what else can he use for his turn? Bonus actions.
I don't think you can do anything else.
Oh, that was an action. Oh yeah, no, Springbean does not have much in the way of bonus actions, huh? Alright,
You did do a good chunk of damage. I'd say that's a satisfying turn.
I'm gonna say he might actually... he's gonna move a little closer, because... Dip. That... Wait, so no, he was like 40 feet before, so he can get up into 10 feet. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, he'll move. Oh, 25, 30. Yeah, no, he'll move there.
Cool. Okay, so I assume I have to make a save at the start of my turn because he's going to be a funny little man and he's going to do his sport trick again.
Yep.
Alright, what save is it?
Con save. Well, actually,
16.
wait. If you've been no. If you've been knocked into the air, that means that you're probably like not within range at that point. Because this thing launches you 20. Wait, no. Represent 25. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Saving throw. Original 6-1. Additionally, the ground area becomes. Oh, okay. Actually, this is a little different then. Alright. He can't be within... I'm just gonna move him back a little bit because, right, that's a 20-foot circle because, hey, that other thing that erupting Earth does, wait, no, that's not, wait, is that radius or, sorry, cube, it's a cube, not a radius, alright, sorry. Alright, so it's there, measurements, alright, so that is, this, not... That is the radius that has been turned into difficult terrain from erupting Earth. So, yeah, no, he can only get around here without getting into difficult terrain. So, yeah, no. You're now
And
airborne.
I assume a 16 also would have saved anyway.
Yeah, 16 would have saved anyway.
Alright, so firstly, Roguefort's gonna get a little higher up because fuck that. And though he is gonna have to roll with disadvantage, he is gonna take his two pot shots. So first shot. That's a 9 on the second one. I assume a 9 misses.
Yep, 9 misses. Oh, I saw that other roll was a natural 19. That poor thing.
Nat 19? No, it
With
a
disadvantage. No, wait. I'm seeing what you're rolling here because no, I'm just saying that the natural 19 gets canceled out. I'm just saying, oh no.
That's not a nat 19 though. It's not a nat 20. He just rolled 19 plus 7, but he still goes with the disadvantage roll of 4.
Well, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Sorry, no, not. Look, I'm saying, oh no, the disadvantage canceled the good roll. That's what I meant to say.
I mean, it's fine.
It's nothing more than a comment. Okay, let's move on.
It's okay. But that's an 11 will miss, and we're gonna say he is the max amount of height he can be airborne, which all things considered is 30 more feet airborne. He is now 50 feet in the air high.
50 feet in the air, huh? Cool. Alright, so is that your turn? Anything else you want to do?
Over here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. And is it your turn? Alright, well, you're 50 feet in the air now, so that's fun. Wait, did you say that you ended your turn? Hello?
Yeah, that is the
okay.
end of my turn.
Sorry, I thought your internet died out. Anyway.
No, that's the end of my turn. I am 50 feet square up.
Alright, cool. So we're just gonna move here. Yeah. Alright, Springbean's gonna move over here and looking up, actually, no, from the ground below, the ground right below you, some roots just kind of shoot up 50 feet in the air to grab you as he casts the Earthbind. That's gonna be a strength save, buddy.
Oh, strength save. Oh no, that's not his dump stat. Whatever's he gonna do? You almost had a nat 20. Almost. I almost had a nat 20.
Almost.
But yeah, no, that's a 2 plus 3, so that's a 5. He starts safely descending.
Actually, wait, here, choose greatest strength. I don't think it specifies if it, like, I'm reading the spell right now, it doesn't specify if it reduces, or if it, like, negates fall damage.
Ah! Oh no. The ground cannot be non-lethal. So,
an airborne creature affected by the spell descends at 60 feet per round until it reaches the ground or the spell ends. So...
Okay, so here's the issue. That's all lethal damage, not non-lethal. So Springbean decides to try this nice new spell out, and Roguefort is caught for a moment, and he drops like a fucking rock. And that is, let's see, it is...
I mean, if we want to say that this is non-lethal, he can, like, have some of
Nah. I'll just roll 5d6.
the...
We live with the consequences of your actions.
Don't worry, Springbean has cure wounds, it'll be fine.
That is 14 bludgeoning damage as he, boom, crashes to the ground with what you admit sounds like a concerning crunch.
Springbean is not sure what to make of that or not, because...
He is barely conscious at 7 hit points.
Oh boy.
And, admittedly, he doesn't actually look good. Compared to Springbean earlier, you know, you could at least choose to be non-lethal with a gun. That's a funny line out of context, but he could choose to be non-lethal, but
I mean,
the ground cannot be non-lethal. So he,
that is true.
He doesn't look good, and you see that some of his ice cream limbs have splattered over the ground in a way that you don't think they're supposed to.
Is that normal?
No. No, it's not.
Should we, does that count as, is that not a good thing to do in a duel? Or spar?
It traditionally is not. No.
He says as he just barely lifts his face off of the ground, and his face looks a little flatter. You can see that his googly eyes have actually rearranged on his face in a comical fashion.
In that case, the earth binding roots will seep back into the ground, and yeah, right. Spring will keep that note for later. If there's a spar, do not use earthbind. Yeah, he's just gonna pat you with the cure wounds. Here, firstly I'm just gonna split capture. There we go. Back to normal. Yeah, he's just gonna cure wounds. Now he realizes, oh, this is probably the end of the spar.
Yeah, that is at least on Roguefort's case, because he doesn't quite have enough cure wounds to recover all of that, so he would need to rest proper. And admittedly, he doesn't look splendid, but it's a mixture of funny and a little sad, because he is, you know, a good chunk of his limbs are made of ice cream. So, on the one hand, there is a lot of delicious blueberry cheesecake ice cream splattered over the ground. On the other hand, it's not supposed to be there. It sure isn't.
Oh wait, no, those are supposed to be 2d8. Those are supposed to be 2d8s. Now that one does not count because I rolled the wrong die. There we go. Okay, yeah, he's just gonna he'll now that he realizes that, oh, that was not a correct thing to do. He doesn't look apologetic per se because he doesn't really look. Empathy is not his strong suit.
No, he's okay. He can acknowledge that there was
that did harm, as Roguefort goes, well, you certainly won that one, so I'd say we're even.
He'll burn 2 second level cure wounds now that the battle is over. So that is 25 total.
I do not think I would have lasted another hit if you smacked me like that again. That is the thing with druids. They're always more powerful than most folks gives them credit for. Until it's too late.
And he just sort of, as he's being healed, he does sort of, you see the claws that aren't made of ice cream go to work resculpting the arms a bit, though it looks like he does give himself a thoughtful look, as in the back of his mind he realizes he's probably going to need to replace those limbs. And that probably means eating from his swarm if he doesn't regenerate naturally. So, let's see. Actually, I'm gonna roll a few d20. We're gonna see if his ice cream limbs held out or not. So that is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we'll say 3. So 3d20, and we're gonna roll them in owlbear. So yeah, all of them hold out. They're fine. They're not great, but they can be resculpted. So they'll refresh and refreeze with time. It's kind of like making a snowman, except it's making his arms and legs out of ice cream again, out of sherbet. But he actually does just, even though he doesn't have the mouth, he seems to give the smile and a nod to Springbean because even though that was not intentional, he acknowledges that decisively won Springbean that match. So Springbean did win fair and square. Empathy or no, he did win fair and square. That just, thankfully, he was not any higher up or he would have been in serious trouble. Because if he was 60 or 70 feet in the air, that is 1d6 per 10 feet above ground you are. So 76 would have definitely put him in a bleeding out stage. Because when he was done with that d6, he was at 7 hit points left.
Yeah. Well, good thing Springbean doesn't have the mental comprehension to think of that at the moment.
But yeah, no. Admittedly, while the dinner critters always instinctively look a little offended or concerned whenever Roguefort gets hurt, he's just quick to scratch their non-existent cheeks and their chins, and just you can clearly tell there is some level of communication going on in the Hivemind that he's reassuring them he's fine.
Like, after the cure, when Springbean's just gonna look up and ask, are you still harmed? Basically, his really weird way of saying, you good, bro?
Oh, I'm sore, but it's nothing that a long nap wouldn't fix.
He'll cast Cure Wounds again.
No, I am healed. You do not need to do that. I am just saying I am physically sore, meaning I am a little worn out, so I will need to rest if we are to spar any further.
He kind of tilts his head. He doesn't ask what being sore means, but he's not the most familiar with, like, pain like that, per se. A lot of sensations are very alien to him, including the various types of pain. So that's fun.
Essentially, I am low on energy and I need to recharge. Is that better?
You know,
That was quite enjoyable, though. I did certainly enjoy the exercise, especially after a long day just enjoying some fresh mountain air. And the dinner critters got to have a snack too, isn't that right, darlings? And he just, he just reaches over and just scritch, 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 just scritches. And the Charzushi just sort of oozes into his touch a little bit, just the sushi dragon just sitting there.
Springbean's just gonna look at them and ask, what are they?
Oh, they are dinner critters.
What?
Dinner critters are a rare form of symbiotic parasite, where they essentially evolve to take on the shape or appearances of foods that other species, races, and creatures desire, and usually evolve into a specific section in the food chain as to supply them, and to continue reproducing themselves, of course.
Springbean did not understand half of the words you just said, but he will nod along.
Think of it as if I am part of a hive of wasps.
Like a Hivemind?
It is very much a hive mind, we.
We'll perk up at that. I know what's that like. In fact, no. Okay, let me try that again. Words are hard. Just. I've been to Hivemind before. Am in. Like,
Oh, and where is your hive then? Are they nearby?
it looks one way, the other just says, I don't know. I can't hear them.
And there is a quiet moment. Roguefort glances between the dinner critters. They glance back. He glances back to Springbean, and you would need an insight check to properly read his face, but above board it looks somewhat sympathetic as he says,
I am to assume you are far enough away that you have lost some form of connection then. I apologize for that. Do you happen to know what happened?
Well, first I'm gonna roll that insight check. Because, that's a +7 modifier to that. 25, what does that get him?
sympathy, understanding, almost a little fear at the thought. Because again, Roguefort's been together with his swarm since before he can remember, and he doesn't like the idea of being apart from them. And with someone like Springbean and a different hive mind who's apparently far enough away from his own that he can't really hear them or anything, it's a concerning thought, and it does garner sympathy from him.
Yeah, what was the question again?
Do you remember what happened last before you lost them?
Rainstorm happened. Usually, when that happens, we don't end up too far, but I
But
think
you did wind up far, didn't you?
I think I ended up in a river, and then more water, and then I ended up in I forgot what they called it. Alpha Mart.
You had, with your 25 on insight, you could tell that he understands that you likely were caught in a flood of some kind. At least in his mind, it's like, so it was raining hard enough that it flooded, so the water rushed out. You lose him at Alpha Mart. Any understanding he has turns to confusion.
I don't know. It was a place. Weird place. I don't know how I got there, but I just kind of ended up. I just ended up there.
I see.
And then I met the Ollie, and now I'm here.
Well, he is a pleasant and incredibly helpful young man, so I am hoping he'll be able to help you find your hive soon. I imagine they must be worried sick about you.
They, He looks like he was going to say something else to that, but just kind of, He doesn't, I mean, you can, how do I say this? Like, he starts to say something, but then immediately stops saying something. I guess you can try rolling insight on that.
Yeah, we're gonna roll an Owlbear Rodeo. That's an insight check.
It's gonna be
Mother.
Wait, what did you? It's a 5.
That's a 5 plus 2. That's a no, homie.
And I was also gonna say that this is probably gonna be a decently high DC due to the fact that Springbean does not he does not emote much. And I mean much as in hardly at all.
Yeah. No.
With the
Yeah,
5,
no.
that was... Yeah, must have been a passing thought. Oh, well.
Roguefort doesn't ask. It's not his place.
I don't... Hmm. We don't worry. There's, I guess there's kind of like an air quotes to that. He doesn't really, you... Okay, you don't need an inside, my words. Here, wait, I need to grab words. There's an air quotes to the worry. He doesn't know what worrying is like. Or at least not when in context to other people. But let's see. How do I say thoughts? How do I word? They'll be fine.
Then you will be as well. And you'll find your way back to them someday.
And he doesn't reply, but just acknowledges. And probably keeps staring at you.
Now, I do believe that is it for our sparring, so... Considering I am now in need of a break, would you like to head back to the headquarters?
He will nod. He is... I think he's starting to learn, right, you have to actually nod to, like, affirm certain questions, or else people will be very confused. But yeah, he will nod.
I do believe that,
This is before the Barovia game, so it's before Halloween, but it's still October. Mental note.
Mid-October.
I do believe that, Monsieur Ori is making preparations for his Halloween party.
What's Halloween?
I have yet to have it explained to me, so I'm not entirely certain. I do believe it is a material plane holiday that the Toons like. But he plans on hosting an event, and he actually did say I was invited to join, so I'm not entirely certain how. He tells me there are costumes, and candy,
What's a
and
costume?
disguise. It is essentially a suit that you wear to look like something you are not for fun. Please
You'll
don't
just
say
think
what is
about
fun.
that.
Please don't say what is fun.
What was that?
Please don't say what is fun.
He looks like he's about to say something. He does not say it.
Thank you. I am also still. I am getting used to other things. I have had to explain what I do not want to explain what fun is. I feel like I would not do a very good job. See, I am not made to explain. I am made to hunt. So that is what I do.
Was sparring fun?
Oh yes, it was quite enjoyable. And then to give my little darlings quite the workout, didn't it, darlings?
And he reaches over and Blanca has recovered from the taste of a bitter veggie and has nodded. But, yeah. He's essentially being followed by his dinner critters in an ethereal little crowd.
I think there's a moment where Springbean debates if he should follow along like the dinner critters are for a moment, but eventually decides to just walk ahead of Roguefort.
Yeah, I'm imagining Springbean bobbing along like the dinner critters do. As they make their little googly eyes bounce along with his.
He debates doing that, and he eventually, he doesn't, but he definitely thought about it.
He considered it.
He considered it, but it just doesn't feel right.
Now, here's the question to you. Do you think this is a good place to trail off and end the FPS?
Yeah, honestly, yeah, just ending this on Springbean gets to contemplate sparring. That's a fun thing. He just gets to contemplate the meaning of fun for a little bit. And yeah. Do you have anything else?
Not really. I would say that about does it. They
Alright.
sparred, they had their fun, they had the little summoning. Springbean did get to practice some spells.
Ironically,
And once he did get to do that, he actually got to promptly wall up Roguefort after Roguefort got a win.
Actually, wait. Before we do end the FPS, Springbean will realize. Wait, I did use a new spell as closing that up. I mean, aside from erupting Earth, but during the first battle, he did just now realizing. Oh wait, he did actually get to use a new spell in that first combat because gaseous form isn't something he's been able to do until today. But yeah, just a fun little realization before the heckin'.
Before we cut to black.
Before we cut to black.
And I mean, Roguefort wouldn't have questioned or objected to it anyway because he believes he's only made to follow orders. So, well, he has believed, but he's not only getting that challenge, he's remembering that that's not how it's always been. So you know.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
still,
that is the end of the.
Sorry.
Sorry.
You were in. No. You.
All right. Yeah, that is the end of the FPS. Hivemind to 1. This is very fun, Mikey.
Yeah, I enjoyed myself. And I hope that you had fun and the audience had fun listening as well.
Yeah.
Remember to stay safe, stay 6 feet apart, wear your masks, wash your hands, and take all your shots.
Yippee! Wait, needles. Okay, bye!
Good night! Bye-bye!